Alright, today I'm on Anime Vanguards, and this is a new Roblox anime tower defense game that dropped fairly recently, and it has been very successful ever since. It's a pretty well-made game. I actually do like it. I do play it quite a bit. And I'm not going to be talking about something too fun in this video, though. I am going to be talking about a problem that was brought to my attention recently with the game itself. And this is not going to be about the devs being on the leaderboard. This is not going to be about the game dropping 5 months after it was supposed to release. This is not going to be about me clearing a stage 400 times before I got the secret unit. This is going to be about the botting problem in this game. And this is not specifically about AFK farming. I know a lot of you, when you hear botting, you might think I'm talking about like people tiny tasking, AFK farming. I think that's fine for the game. That's going to happen just because of how it's set up. Like, if we were to, for example, go over to the new raid event, right? The new content in this game is grinding for a 1% drop. And of course, if it takes 7 minutes per stage, people are going to AFK farm that. I'm not complaining about that, okay? What I am going to complain about is going to be the bots in this game, and I mean like actual bots, people that are not real, people that are not here, and they are making the game seem like it is way more popular than it should be, and it really just makes the game feel dead. Now, when I talk about botting, you actually don't have to look very far to understand what I'm talking about. If you were to scroll down into the servers for the game, you're going to see a lot of bacon hairs and acorn hairs, whatever. This is not me being like discriminatory towards bacon hairs, okay? Love my fellow bacon hairs out there. There's a time where I couldn't afford Robux, right? Or didn't want to. But you know, if I were to join one of these servers here with a bunch of bacon hairs, and sadly it's a lot of them at the top servers, I will show you exactly what I mean by these people being bots or not real. So you can see in the player list already. Actually, I guess I don't want to judge people's usernames. Whatever, your username can be whatever you want. But you'll notice something about these robots, and they've actually started changing the levels. I give them that. Like, you wouldn't expect it, I guess, for a botting problem to have like a level 72 accounts, level 65 accounts. They're all using Luffy, right? You can have your units follow you in this game. They all just have this same starter Luffy. If we were to open this up, boss is killed, mob is killed. It's got a level 50 Luffy. Okay, so obviously these aren't real people. They're bots, right? Anybody who sees this knows that they're bots. And the next question becomes like, why is this a problem, right? If you're watching this, you might be wondering, why do I even care? The reason I'm concerned about this, by the way, there are still bots joining in. It's like they're making new bots as we speak. This isn't going to be like some random person botting the game. Nobody has anything to gain from this. They're not AFK farming on these accounts. Maybe this guy's a real player. This obviously has something to do with people that have connections to the game, right? Rather, it's like, what I'm trying to get at is probably people who want to make it seem like the game is successful. And what about that I have a problem with is actually, if we look at a previous example of botting, a botting problem in the Roblox scene, there was another game called Anime Defenders. So if you played this game, it did have a pretty heavy botting problem. It's pretty much the same thing. You're gonna find a lot of bacon hairs just sitting in lobbies. A lot of, yeah, you see like fresh accounts doing nothing, just sitting in lobbies. And in this game, they did have an incentive, like you could AFK farm, of course, just like Vanguards, but you don't gain anything from staying in the lobby in either of these games, so they are just bots doing nothing. And a major problem I have with the Anime Defenders botting situation was that it actually got nominated for an innovation award in Roblox. I think it was like a real-time strategy game or something. I don't know, something like that. It got nominated as a strategy game to win an award. The botting problem on Roblox here that we're seeing in Anime Defenders and Anime Vanguards is very harmful to real games that put in the effort to actually have consistent followings and player counts with good game design. Because in Anime Defenders' case, you know, there could have been a fourth game as nominee for a strategy game, right? Like there could have been a fourth game, somebody who actually put in work to gain their player count, versus Anime Defenders who just had a bunch of bots. And by the way, they did not win the award, obviously, because all their votes aren't going to come in from bots that don't really care about their game. Back to Anime Vanguards, because Anime Defenders, I could talk about all the problems on that game for probably like an hour or two. The botting problem in Anime Vanguards, why I think is such an issue that we should talk about more, I don't see anybody really talking about it in the Discord or like in the communities of this game. Maybe a few people have, and I just don't really notice it. But I don't think anybody on like the staff team or developer team has really called it out, to my knowledge. No YouTubers are really talking about this, to my knowledge. Like, for the most part, all you kind of see around this game is, oh, this game is so good, it's the most popular one on Roblox, blah, blah, blah. And I think I don't want that perception to go on for too much longer when the game is actually just, a fraud, right? Like its player count is probably about half of what it is because of just how many servers we could look at. There's going to be these bots with their level 50 Luffy doing nothing. So the game's going to be really boring on the multiplayer side of things. If I'm going to go up and ask this bot, hey, want to do raids? This guy's not want to do raids with me. He's not even playing the game, right? I mean, that guy, I guess, is. But all these bots here, there's no multiplayer side of things, right? You're just going to be playing a game with who knows how many more people. And the harmful side of that is that I see a lot of YouTubers and community members that are saying, like, oh, well, this game is so much better than Anime Last Stand, right? Or like, this game is so much better than Anime World Tower Defense and other smaller tower defense games. The thing is, like, if you were to go and on Roblox look for an anime tower defense game, you're going to get these games to pop up first, right? You're going to get the Anime Vanguards with 200k players to pop up versus Anime Last Stand with their 30k. And you're not going to see any bacon hair bots in Anime Last Stand because they have real players, right? Like, you'll see a couple of them, probably people's alt accounts or actual bacon hairs. They do play Roblox, right? But for the most part, you see real people. These servers are all real people. You don't see just lobbies of bots sitting there with level 1 characters and stuff. And that is what I'm saying. Like, these games with real players and a real community to play with are going to get a lot less recognition than these games with 200k players that aren't real. So it's kind of sad. Like, Anime World Tower Defense is a game with not very many people, and they're going to be stuck like this for a while just because, they're not going to get recommended to people looking for tower defense games because they're just going to see Anime Vanguards with 200k players, they're going to see Anime Defenders with 100k players. They're not going to see real communities here that they could actually enjoy. So I just wanted to make a video talking about this because, like, I don't think it should be ignored or supported in any way. I'm not trying to boycott Anime Vanguards for this. Like, I think the game is still good. I just think this is something that should be called out, and if you don't agree with what they're doing here with these bots, then maybe, try out some other communities that actually have real players, right? If you're finding that this game feels like a ghost town because you walk through a lobby and see this, maybe go try something with more real players like I showed earlier, and have some fun with actual people. I wish there was something more YouTubers talked about and more anybody in the community talked about, because it shouldn't be hard to find real people. It should be quite easy to find these smaller games with actual communities that you can have fun with versus these games with a bunch of bots that you don't even know how many players are real. Like, it's really frustrating from the YouTube side of things too, because I don't know when a game is actually worth like putting my time into or not, because I don't know if it even has real players or just a fake community. I don't know if it's like worth trying to actually build up a fun community to hang out with. But yeah, that was me yapping about the whole Anime Vanguard situation. Again, why I think this is such a problem is not really like with the game being bad, it's just that you're taking away chances for other games with real communities to kind of grow. And it's kind of lame because, again, you don't know if your community is even real and if the game is worth putting time into. I'm not trying to say that if you like Anime Vanguards, you're wrong and just stop playing it. If you take anything away from this video, that's completely up to you. But I thought I'd at least get it like out there that this game has a pretty serious botting problem. Like, it's almost up to the same level that Anime Defenders was at. And, that was kind of like a whole bad thing that came out of that, because Anime Defenders was nominated for an award that I think was kind of wrongfully almost given to them. Anyways, yeah, that's the whole video. Sorry for yapping so much. Usual uploads on stuff coming soon, maybe. I don't know. Anyways, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you in the next one. And have a great day. What's going on here? I found real players and they're botted Vanguard Sigma. They're like humping me. We're the only 3 real players out here, man. Jacob and Down syndrome. Man. It's just me and you guys.